Good morning, evil people of the world. How are you today? So I'm starting to put down some paint on the old diorama. So I've just got a whole heap of different greys by Tamiya, acrylic, and I've laid them down. So it's starting to look okay. You know, it's my first diorama and there's a lot of mistakes I've made. There's a lot of things I would do differently next time. So I've learnt a lot. It's more of a learning experience than anything. But, you know, it is what it is. So what I've done here is I've just laid down a layer of Tamiya's German grey first. And then I just came along with a whole heap of different Tamiya greys. You see, I would, you know, just sort of spray patterns of the different colours. And then I would... this is the first time I've painted a road, so it's all, I'm just learning myself, trying to work out how to do it. And then I'd come in with a different shade and just sort of spray it in there, and then another shade, and I'd spray it in there, and another shade. So it all became like a jigsaw puzzle of colour. And then I got my dark grey by Tamiya, and I came over and I did sort of two quick coats in one direction. And that sort of evened it out. Then I've come along and I've added Tamiya's Sky Grey, I think, as a dry brush. And another one, so I think it's Tamiya's Medium Grey and Tamiya's, there's this other sort of more, grey I used that's by Tamiya. So I dry brushed a heap of different, I also dry brushed some black on. Do some more of that as well, but and now I've just come along and I've put a little bit of the polyurethane on, just sprayed a little bit of that on just to start to tie it together, because I built this myself, of course, and it was just sucking the paint up. It was so, all the material that I've been sanding the PVC was just sucking the paint up. It was so dry, it was so loving the paint. So this really sort of gives it the moisture that it's craving, I suppose. And after that dries up, I'll give it another coat, and after that dries up we will continue on with building up the colours and all that. So I've also got this crew I'm building, because I've got to do, I'm doing my T60 little diorama, so I'm building up two of those guys. So the T60 is going to go on there, on that little one, that little experiment one. But I'm doing these crew and they're coming up absolutely tip-top. So here's going to be one of the drivers. I only need two tankers. So here's one. And look at how nice they are, really. The face is amazing. The head is just blowing me away. And this one here, he's pulling on his overalls, you can see there. So this is going to be good to paint, because he'll have his khaki uniform there, and then he'll have his blue uniform he's pulling on. So I've got to put his arms and all that on yet to show him pulling his uniform on. You can see here the hand goes there, and it's pulling the blue uniform on. So they're very nice. And can I also recommend that you guys get this kind of filler. Now I know that that's not the proper name for it. I don't exactly know what the stuff's called. I used to use it a lot when I painted doors for a big company, a lot of doors, MDF doors and all that kind of stuff. It's this sort of powdery moist paste, white paste. It's really great for snow and everything like that. But I've been using it to fill my figures now instead of, you know, this stuff. And this stuff and all that. And it's heaps better. Yeah, I was using it heaps on my diorama, and that's why I got it originally. But for filling figures and all that kind of stuff, it's really good too. It's really easy to use. It's really easy to clean up. You know, you don't need to get water or anything like that. It's all hand clean, so you can sort of rub it into the gaps you want and just rub away what you don't need. It's really easy to use. So I highly recommend getting that. So it looks like Shelley's sells a version of it, and that's where I found it. So I found that in the supermarket. So I think that would be found worldwide. The one I used to use in my factory, or a factory I used to work in, was a brand called Red Devil, and that's what I used to call it. I used to ask for the Red Devil, and it would be this stuff. And I used to go through that stuff like once, you know, a big tub of that, massive tub of that a week, just filling shit. It's really good, and it dries up, you know, not super hard, but, you know, you can sand it and shape it and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to use it as a building medium, but for all kinds of filling, it is really good. It's probably one of the best fillers out there for just simple use filling. Anyway, I'll get back to my work, enjoying my Saturday, and I'll speak to you again soon.